Hey, Cooter! Joe! Check this out. There's Anywhere But Here, man, on this here podcast.
Oh, I like me some podcasts, man.
What y'all talking about?
We're talking about Anywhere But Here.
What's Anywhere But Here? Anywhere But Here in Mississippi?
No, man, Anywhere But Here over in England.
Hey, we ain't in England.
I know, but that's where the England's from.
What?
Hey, Cletus, remember when we went and saw that movie about the wars in the stars and they had like lightsabers and stuff like that? Well, these people here talk about things we like.
Really?
I guarantee you.
Well, hot diggity damn. What we waiting for?
Anywhere But Here podcast.
Hello and welcome to Anywhere But Here this week. This is episode 43. I'm Tom.
I'm Ant.
Hey.
And I've just realised every single time, if you watch the videos on YouTube, every single time that like the podcast starts and Tom says, hello, I'm just grinning like an idiot. I just realised every single episode I'm grinning like an idiot at the beginning.
Have you been watching back over our episodes?
Well, no, I edit them.
Good point. But you can watch back over all our episodes if you go to youtube.com/abhpod.
ABH podcast
Cast.
on YouTube.
Oh, yeah.
Because some guy, scarily enough, has like that's his name. Not
Yeah,
his
that's
name.
true.
It's like
It's
his
part
initials
of-
and then his surname. It's like an abbreviation of his surname.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know.
Yeah,
You go and
so
check out his channel if you want.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
show him some support.
Yeah, why not? Tell him that ABH Pod sent you.
Yeah.
And that,
He should listen to us.
yes, yeah, he should call in.
Anyway, yeah, so YouTube, you can watch us. You can go to our website and listen on our website, which is abhpod.com.
It is.
There is a little player on the website.
There is. We've also got a Facebook page. That's facebook.com/abhpod, where we post a lot of interesting or not so interesting things.
And other people have started posting stuff on our Facebook
Which
as
is
well.
good. We like that. Yeah, thanks very much. We'll get to some of those in a bit.
Yeah, and we do retweet a lot of your stories and tweet a lot of our own stories on our Twitter, which is 8bhpod.
Yes. You can email us if you want to communicate with us in more than 140 characters.
Yeah, long form.
That is at that's abhpod@gmail.com.
Tom has always struggled with that from the moment we signed up for it.
I think that's going to be on the clip show, isn't it?
Oh, I don't know. It
spoilers.
has to be, doesn't it? Not a clip show.
No.
Not a clip
It's not
show.
a clip show.
No.
No.
Maybe a few clips on a show, but not a clip show. But yeah, I've been thinking about that. People can give us, please. We keep asking, give us ideas for our year's anniversary, 52nd episode.
Yeah, we haven't.
We've
had
said
any...
maybe do Skype, but alternatively we could do a Google Hangout because then it'd be easier. Because if you want to call in with your webcam,
Yeah.
that way I don't have to worry about videos and shit.
No, that's
and it's
true.
all recorded and posted straight away, and we can just switch between people talking to us and then us.
Yeah. Yeah.
And show videos and pictures to them live as we're streaming.
This is true. It could be
so
truly...
if you like that idea, let us know. Please let us know.
Yeah. Just, every single person who listens to this, and there's a few of you out there.
Have an opinion.
Please, yeah. I mean, it would be great, I think, to get, multiple people involved and on the podcast, you don't even have to bring anything specific to the table. It's just, it's a celebration, really, of us actually sticking to something for a year.
yeah, I suppose that's
And
true.
also the fact that, it's grown beyond our wildest dreams, I think, really.
Yeah, we've actually made genuine friends, I think.
Yeah.
From across the world.
Yeah, it's madness.
That's the weirdest thing to me. I always think about it, and it's really surreal, hearing people talk about you on the podcast. I mean, like you said last week, the Drunk Geek blog people, their podcast, they mention us pretty much every episode.
Almost. Yeah.
And they put stuff a lot better than us.
They do. I think, sorry. I think that,
It's getting cold.
maybe,
I'll let you
yeah. Yeah, right. I'm just gonna start this now because I am massively sleep deprived. I got Pacific Rim through in the post on Thursday or Friday, whatever the release date was, and because Joe has no interest in it at all whatsoever, I have to pick a time where she's not around to watch it, and that never happens because she's a teacher, so she's always here in the house by the time I get in from work. And at the weekends, we tend to stay, do stuff together.
Stay up quite late.
Yeah. So last night we were supposed to meet our friend Ian in town.
Yes.
And we were going to come back here and I was going to watch it with him and she was going to go and do other stuff. And it turned out that Ian was stuck in Twickenham with the rugby match.
Oh.
And couldn't get a train out and finally got home at like 10 or something, whereas he was supposed to meet us in the pub at 6.
Oh.
Which was a bit of a shame, really, because then we got back and we watched. We stuck on a film. What was it? North by Northwest. I'd never seen it before. The Alfred Hitchcock one.
I've not seen. I'm putting it out there. I've not seen any Hitchcock, as far as I'm aware.
Shocking. But yeah, like really enjoyed that, and then I was like, oh, we could go for a second film.
Whoops. Sorry.
And put Pacific Rim out there as an option because just want to watch it.
Yeah.
But yeah, she wasn't interested. So but essentially I put it on at just before midnight last night and didn't get up to bed until about 2:15. So we do record this early. It's about 11 o'clock, 10 past 11 at the moment. So I am, and I've been up for a couple of hours already doing breakfast and stuff. So so what we were saying, and a really long way round that is basically that a lot of the American podcasts, I don't know whether it's to do with their accent or not,
right?
But they do seem to be a lot more
eloquent
than us. Yeah.
I struggled with that word earlier. I was like, they say stuff better, they put stuff better. What is that? Eloquent, and that just kind of proves the point.
Really.
I think they're just quicker thinking. I don't know if they have like, I know they have debate classes. I don't know if they have debate classes or debate teams.
Yeah, they do, don't they?
They're actually taught to think.
Yeah, and I mean,
whereas English kids seem to be taught to follow.
Yeah. It's the education system over here is like, we're going to tell you what you need to do to get through the test.
Exam.
Yeah, but we're not going to. I don't think education really, on the whole. I'm sure Joe will.
It's the education system. Disagree. It's not the teachers.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. We'll put that out there as a disclaimer.
Yeah.
Because she is not one of those teachers.
No,
she encourages thinking outside the box and doing things, in a slightly less than regimented fashion.
It's kind of like, this is what you need to know. But now you need to think about why you need to know it and what it means.
Yeah, like how could you apply this to the real world?
I think
maybe that whole thing in America is why they are a little bit more eloquent than we are.
I think, it was the conversation, like we had that conversation a couple of weeks ago where we were saying about indie podcasts and you need to follow. I mean, it took up about 2 minutes of time.
Yeah.
Indie podcasts are better, you need to follow them, blah, blah, blah. And then
but they
like the Drunk Geek podcast, they had like he had a whole 10-minute thing about indie podcasts and why you should support them and it was like, that was brilliant.
Yeah.
Like,
and my whole thing is like, I don't know, I don't know, I find it difficult to be able to kind of spiel on that kind of thing and be entertaining with it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I feel like we do things quite short and succinct.
Yes.
Whereas they're a little bit more kind of, they've got, I don't know, it's weird, isn't it? Because they really like our accents.
Yeah.
And that is why they listen, I think.
I don't know. That's what we're saying.
But
yeah.
But then I think it's because we've grown up with such an influx of US entertainment.
Yeah.
That perhaps for us,
that's what we're used to.
Yeah. And there is obviously some sort of cultural difference, perhaps. Like, I don't know.
I think, when you hear an American person, like the American accent on any form of entertainment, your mind, I think, because we've grown up with our entertainment being, like with the people in stuff we watch or listen to having American accents from a very early age. As soon as we hear an American accent, our mind switches on. Like, I'm going to be entertained now.
Yeah.
Whereas when I listen to the English, it's not so much now. I've listened to more English podcasts.
True.
It's got better, but when I first started listening to the English indie podcasts, it was kind of like, I hear this every single day. Like, people talking to me with this accent is really hard for me to engage with it.
Yeah,
because I hear that accent every day.
Yeah. I think it's the difference, isn't it? It's the other.
Yeah, maybe it is the difference in like the manner, the way of speaking. It's their little nuances that kind of make my ears prick up.
Perhaps.
I don't know.
Maybe we need to stop being so down on ourselves.
It's not. It's just English in general. Like, I find English accents harder to engage with. I mean, it's gotten a lot easier once I pick up on the nuances of the podcast that I listen to. Like when I listen to Smokey and Stephen, like that's something registers with me now. It's like, these voices, they're funny. I'm going to listen to them. And same with Stinking Paws. It's just kind of like, oh yeah, I know who's who now. And
that's it. Yeah, I think you got to take the time. That's the thing, because it's just simply audio.
Yeah,
you've got to really kind of take time to get to know the people by voice,
definitely,
rather than you don't have that visual kind of indicator as to who's talking or not.
Speaking of Smokey and Stephen, what was that lady in Thor that you said was
Kat Dennings?
Kat Dennings, yeah. Did you see they tweeted?
Yeah.
And they were like, you need to get your head right about Kat Dennings, Tom. I was like, no, that was me. I did reply. I said, no, that was me that said I liked her. And
I'm the one who thinks she's rubbish.
I was flicking through the TV last night and I watched 2 minutes of Two Broke Girls.
Really?
I flicked through and I was like, oh, that's that girl from Thor.
Oh my God,
what the fuck is that? Yeah. I have to switch off. This is not funny, and she's really annoying. Yeah. She's not the same character as she is in Thor.
No.
In Thor, I think I can put up with it, and I think the lines she's got are funny, but she's been written for her, and I think, is she part of the writing in Two Broke Girls? I don't care.
I don't know or care, yeah.
But yeah, she's so obnoxious and fucking horrible in that programme. She really is. I saw 2 minutes ago.
I should not be watching
Two Broke Girls at all.
To be fair, I don't watch a lot of TV anymore.
Right.
I tend to listen to podcasts and watch films.
Podcast, films, and
game shows.
YouTube.
Game
shows, really.
Monday nights you got University Challenge and Only Connect. Yeah.
See, I'm thinking Pointless. You're going for the intelligent game shows.
Yeah, but Joe watches Pointless every single evening. It's just that I'm not home at the time. I love Pointless. Yeah. I really do. It's a bit of a guilty pleasure.
Did you see the Children Need one where
No, they had McBusted on, didn't they?
No, they had McFly on. But the guy who sits at the desk. Not
Richard Osman.
Not the Pims man.
Yeah.
Richard Osman. He was in a tiger one.
Yeah, Joe took a picture off the TV to show me.
Yeah, it was quite funny. We're not going to get on the McFly debate. No, I hate Busted.
But McBusted.
McBusted. I watched them on Children in Need. Yeah, it was not very good. Because the two members, it's only two members are busted as well.
Yeah,
it's not all busted.
It wouldn't be Charlie, would it? Because he's above that nowadays, isn't he?
Wanker. But yeah, busted. They're not very good.
No,
those two guys. McFly, like I've said, I'm not a fan of McFly. It's not something I would choose to stick on in my car when I'm driving.
Yeah.
But if it's on, I'm not going to switch it off because I know the songs.
They do what they say on the tin.
No, they're quite good songwriters.
Okay, yeah.
They are. Like I say, it's not something I would choose to listen to.
Yeah.
But,
yeah.
It's not bad. It's not terrible.
No, Joe was saying, because she caught a bit of that whole McBusted thing, and they were doing like a folkish number. They had like a violin and stuff.
Really?
Yeah, apparently. They were on at the end of Pointless. They played a song or something.
Oh, they played... No, that was just McFly.
Oh, was it? Oh,
yeah,
right.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And that's their new song.
Yeah. All right then.
Yeah. No, that was just McFly.
Right. But yeah, there was a whole debate this week about McBusted and the new tour that's coming along.
Yeah.
On the Facebook site.
It's a bad idea. Liz went to see McFly at the Royal Albert Hall.
Yes.
And they did bring out the two members of Busted to do a few songs, and she said it was a lot better live. But like I said, everything is a lot better live.
Yeah. Because that's where the energy is.
Yeah, but when I saw it on telly, I was like, it's not good.
No.
Like the Busted element of it, not good. At all.
No.
Anyway, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't
really
matter.
Not important. It's really not the important stuff. But yeah, did we finish our intro? I think we went through everything. Oh, the Amazon banner.
Yeah, please. Yeah, that is quite important actually. And another podcast has taken that up. Have you noticed?
Yeah, they asked us.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was good.
So yeah,
it was good. We're helping them to.
We are helping
because apparently that whole Audible thing. Not so.
I think it's good. It's a lot harder to get people to sign up.
Yeah, I mean, what I was saying to him was I think you've got to have an audience base of thousands.
Yeah, because out of 1,000, you might get one person.
Yeah.
That signs up for it and makes it worthwhile. It's difficult. It's very, very difficult.
If you don't know what we're talking about, go to Ridgecast.
Yes.
And if you fancy signing up to their Audible thing to help them out.
Yeah, I can't remember it off the top of my head.
No, me neither. But go and listen to one of their more recent shows, and they'll have or go to their website, talkingheadpodcast.com.
Yeah.
Find Ridgecast, and they've got a deal with Audible.com, which is essentially web books, isn't it?
It's audio
audiobooks, yeah.
Yeah.
So
They are very good. I've used them in the past.
Yeah.
They are very, very good.
And if you sign up with them for a month, you get a month's free trial and you get a free book.
Yeah.
And it helps out Ridgecast.
To be fair, if you listen to podcasts, you've heard it.
You've probably heard it, yeah.
You've heard the spiel about.
But for those of you who don't,
go and support an indie podcast. Do it through them. It's very good. I listened to all the Girl with the Dragon Toe, that trilogy.
Oh yeah.
I listened to that through Audible. That was really good. I listened to a few Lee Child books.
Okay.
And it is really good.
I've not done it yet because I will fall down a rabbit hole. That's the only reason that I won't. You
will. You've got enough podcasts to listen to.
Oh my god, yeah. But I've finished my homework. Last week I said that I would catch up with Drunk Geekcast and I'd catch up with History of Misunderstanding. Did it?
You did?
Done it.
Awesome
yeah,
stuff.
I'm right up to date.
So you heard
again.
the Kat Dennings?
Yes, I did, yeah.
Brilliant.
And also I heard Drunk Geekcast do an episode on zombies.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
So it just sounds like I was stealing all their ideas last week, but I wasn't, honest, because I hadn't heard them. But whatever.
Yes.
Shall we go on to some news?
I think,
because we've spent a long time on this, and really,
it's fine. It's fine. We haven't got an ABC to put at the end of it, so it's fine.
We're allowed.
We can
to
waste more time talking, rambling like we used to.
Yeah,
I found this. Oh shit! Where did I find it? It was.
Oh, the phone's out.
Yeah, everything's on my phone. It was Monday. I found it. Everything's on my phone this week. So let's go with the headline.
Go on then.
Oh no, fuck it. I'm going to read it.
Okay.
Performance artists, and he's Polish, I think, because it's Piotr. It's Pyotr. I know that's how it's pronounced because there's one at work.
There's one.
There's one at work. There is a man. We call him Peter, and I asked what his real name is, and he's like Piotr. And it's like a T with a rolled R, so it's really unnatural for the rolled R after the T.
Oh.
Piotr. So it's like really hard for English.
Yes. We can't get our tongues around it.
Pavlensky stages protest at apathy, political indifference and fatalism of Russian society. Did you read this?
I've heard someone talk about it.
Oh, have you? So you know what he did?
Yes. This is great.
So Red Square has seen a lot over... This is from The Guardian. Red Square has seen a lot over the centuries, from public executions to giant military parades, but performance artists broke new ground on Sunday when he nailed his scrotum to cobblestones in a painful act of protest.
Just why?
In Red Square. Hammer, nail, bollocks. Ow.
Bash.
I want to know... I don't want to know.
Why?
Was it just through the scrotum?
Oh.
I think it was, because it says scrotum. I don't think it was
he wouldn't
through...
that would have been ridiculous. Like, why would you do that?
Because nailing your scrotum is not ridiculous.
I know. But if you're going to aim for a
How
testy...
hard have you got to hammer as well? Through cobblestone? Like, I know in Minecraft it's easier to hammer through cobblestone, but...
I don't think that applies to real-world physics, though, does it?
It's like... The performance can be seen as a metaphor for the apathy, political indifference and fatalism of contemporary Russian society, which I've already said. Yeah. But they've just added a little bit to the beginning of that.
Yeah.
But no, it can't. This is something I've never understood about. Oh, look at this sculpture. It represents this. How?
Yeah,
a messy bedroom that represents, like...
I'm going to go out on a limb here and say, fuck Tracy Emin.
Oh, okay.
I can't stand her.
No.
Weird-looking bitch.
Yeah, she is a bit odd.
Oh.
Strange-looking.
I'm not big into performance art or modern art of many kinds. I like what I like.
Oh,
you know?
Speaking of Tracy Emin, that's just reminded me. Do you remember... I don't really want to mention names. Well, our friend Stuart, he's had many a girlfriend called... what was her name?
Jenny,
yes. Yeah. He had like 3 or 4 different Jennys.
Yeah.
So,
like in succession as well.
Yeah, one after the other. It was like 3 Jennys in a row.
Yeah.
So...
it became a bit of a thing, didn't it?
Oh, got a new girlfriend. Is she called Jenny? No. But I was in Subs one. It's a rock nightclub.
Yes.
In Maidstone. Or it used to be in Maidstone. In Subs one night getting a drink, and she came and she started talking. She was, and just having a chat, and she was like, yeah. So I was up in London at this party, and Emin turned around and said to me, and I was like, what, Tracy Emin? She was like, yeah, I'm friends with Tracy Emin. I was like, really?
Why?
I don't think you are. For a minute.
Can't.
At all.
I'm not going to ask you which one that was because,
No. How many of them did you know? Because I only knew one.
I don't know. one or two, maybe.
Oh, okay.
I knew.
See, I think I
I
only
knew
knew
one properly.
Oh, right.
Because she was the daughter of, like, she went to my primary school and secondary school. But she was.
There's no way to give it away. Wasn't there a blonde one?
Yeah.
It wasn't that one.
Okay then.
So you know.
I think so.
Right. Okay.
I don't know. This is a conversation for off air.
Yes. Okay. But anyway, because nobody else knows who she is
No.
or knows who she might be. But yeah. So yeah, and she was just like, oh yeah. When I was at the party with Emin, yeah, I was like, really? You know Tracy Emin? She's like, yeah. Not impressed. Like, I don't believe you, and if you are telling the truth, not impressed.
No.
And you're my friend's ex-girlfriend, so bye. I'm going to go and see my girlfriend now.
I'm having a drink. I'm going over there, and I'm gonna have a little slam dance.
Yes, I'm going to go and mosh and throw my friends about a room.
Yeah, because that's what we used to do for entertainment back on a Friday night.
Yeah, Liz used to hate it in subs because I'd just walk up to her and hand her my glasses.
Yeah, I remember that.
I broke so many pairs of glasses and lost and bent them, so I just used to hand her my glasses. Like, no, don't. I was like, well, why not?
I used to wake up in the morning with like whiplash
Yeah.
because of the...
Sonic probably throwing you about.
Yeah.
Or Phil.
Yeah. I got thrown into an electrical fuse box one night and chipped my tooth.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, that was fun.
I just remember being like, it's a very rare occasion, but when you kind of, oh shit, you fall over because you've slipped on some beer. And then all of a sudden you're lifted in the air where people just grab you from the floor.
That's what I quite liked about those
People
rock
just,
clubs
"What?"
though, man.
Just
Like, if anyone went over, everyone would help you back up again. It's not a... like, people have a misconception, I think, about metalers and
yeah, my
and
brother
rockers.
used to go, well, why would you mosh? Well, why wouldn't you just, like, it's just like going out and having a fight, isn't it? And you're like, no.
No, it's not.
It's kind of a friendly way to get your aggression out. Yeah, you might get hurt,
Yeah.
but you'd get hurt a lot less than if you were in a fight.
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
And you'd hurt someone a lot less if you're in... You don't punch.
And they're
throw your fists about, but-
Generally, I don't remember that many scuffles. Like, there were, obviously, because it's
Not due to a mosh.
No.
I've been in a fight in the subs, but it weren't due to a mosh.
I once got targeted by the same guy twice in the space of like a couple of months. This one guy, I don't know what I'd done,
Yeah.
and he just took exception to me one night and tried to
hate that.
tried
I
to
hate
rough
people
me
like
up a bit. And Big Chris sorted him out.
That happened with me.
Yeah.
It was probably the same guy. Was it that skinhead chavvy?
No.
This was a skinny skinhead and he had a leather jacket on, but he was kind of chavvy.
Right.
And he was kind of coming on really heavily to Spider.
Mm.
These are weird names, but they're, you know,
Yeah.
it's a metal club.
Yeah.
But he was coming on to Spider like something like all bordering on
Being a
molestation, really.
right,
But he was pinning
being a
her up
sex pest.
Yeah, really. He was, you pest. He was, this is such a bad
It
sex
is
pest
such a wet
for
phrase,
what it is.
isn't it? But yeah,
So he was like following her about and kept trying to grope her and stuff. And then he had her pinned up against the wall. So I went and grabbed him, pulled his shoulder, and he just fucking squared up to me.
Yeah.
I was just like, fuck off, just leave her alone. She walked away and then he went followed. So I grabbed him again and he pushed me and I tripped or slipped on beer or something. And he started hitting me while I was on the floor. So Big Chris and Sam,
Right.
Spider's brother,
Yeah.
they both grabbed him, threw him on the floor and started kicking him. I was just like, that's harsh, but
Thanks.
brilliant. And the next best thing that came along were the bouncers coming on because they saw a scuffle going on, picked the guy up off the floor, chucked him out.
Yeah, that's what
He got
happened with
chucked
this other
out.
guy. Yeah.
The people that were kicking him
Didn't.
carried on dancing.
Well, they're bigger than the bouncers, those guys.
Fucking, yeah. You just
But
wouldn't.
yeah, this guy came up to me again another time and tried it on, but I couldn't hear what he was accusing me of, so I went to I put my
away.
ear up,
Yeah.
to hear.
Which can be misconstrued as an aggressive act.
Yeah,
It's kind of like,
yeah.
You fucking what?
But then, I still couldn't hear him, so I kind of put my arm around him and pulled him
Because
closer.
you thought he was being just trying to tell you something.
Yeah. And then, because it was kind of like a hug situation by that point, I just went for the hug. And
Awesome.
he didn't know quite what to do.
That's brilliant. though.
So he was trapped in a hug, and I was having a drunk hug as well. So it was like,
It was I'm going to squeeze you because you're so soft and
Yeah.
squishy. And I just feel like you're in a lovey-dovey mood.
and I was just like, I can't understand what you're saying, mate. And he was chatting some shit in my ear, but then I kind of did the hug, and he kind of looked at me, and I looked at him, and he was just like, meh, and walked
I'm
off.
not even going to try anymore.
So there you go.
Unfortunately, when I had trouble understanding someone, I didn't have the same result. It was I think I told it when I ran into a pikey, like proper Irish traveller pikey, like an actual.
A proper, yeah.
Yeah, he was like, like 4 or 5 years younger than me, and I was like 16 at the time, 15,
Right.
16 at the time.
Oh.
So I was young, and he was really young. He was like 11 or 12. And we were in this like shop, and it was like a cheapy shop. It was like a pound store.
Right.
Like everything was on the pound, like up to about £20, and that was the most expensive thing.
Yeah.
And his mum stole something, and my mate went, "Oh, did you see that? His mum just nicked that thing from that shop," and pointing and shit like that. So, "Oh no, I didn't see it." And we're walking, he come up to me, fucking thick Irish accent, like think Brad Pitt. From
Yeah.
Fucking,
What are you going to do?
"What are
Carry
you
on
gonna
with
do?
weird.
What the fuck is he saying about my mum? I was like, "Sorry." He was like, "What the fuck is he saying about my mum?" I was like, I don't know, mate. And he was like, it just started really going.
Yeah.
Number one, why was he asking me when my friend was stood right next to me?
The one
What
pointing.
the fuck did he say about my mum? I can't understand you, mate. Sorry. It's fucking going on and on and on. I don't understand. As I turned to walk away, because I didn't understand, turned to walk away, his fist fucking connected with my jaw.
Ow.
It was the most painful thing in the world. It's like a little
12-year-old.
12-year-old kid just smacked. It was like, you know, Brad Pitt in Snatch hits people straight out for the count.
Yeah.
He's going to be like that one day.
Right. It
He hit
probably
me.
has.
By the time I walked home, which was about 3 or 4 minutes, my jaw was swollen and purple.
Bloody hell.
Like, it wasn't broken, thank fuck for that. But it was just huge, purple. Your mum was like, "What the fuck happened to you?"
Jesus.
Well, it was like fucking Irish pikey hit him. Yeah, it was your fucking fault.
You knob.
So I didn't understand him. I didn't get a hug,
No.
so to speak. I got a smack round the jaw. I think we only went into town to buy some caps or fucking cap guns or some shit. But yeah,
Always when you least expect it.
that was not fun.
No.
That was not fun at all.
No.
But yeah, this Russian or Polish
Oh,
artist
yeah, that
isn't
fella
he?
who nailed his bollocks to the cobblestones.
Yeah. I think he got arrested for public indecency. There's no point trying to continue with that fucking news story, is there? We've kind of lost it.
Oh, Christ. This
It's
is
a
right
video?
back.
I don't want to see a video.
No, I don't think so.
But yeah, there's a guy naked on the floor. Yeah, he's definitely not comfortable.
This is right back to... Oh, fucking hell. Yeah. Jesus.
Yeah.
This is right back to the old school episodes, isn't it?
Where we're
Before-
actually telling stories about our
Yeah.
personal life. Yeah.
Christ alive. If you like what you hear here, go back to like the single digit episodes of Anywhere But Here.
Yeah.
You'll hear more off the cuff stories.
Yeah. A bit more laboured, but definitely.
Now the guys from Stinking Paws sent us a local
yeah.
story. And I actually went down into town on Friday
To see
night
it.
to have a look. Yeah.
Is it still there?
Yes, it is.
Awesome.
Yeah. A police alert was sparked after reports of a man was seen hanging from the ramparts of Rochester Castle.
Terrible.
Yes.
Absolutely terrible news.
But why? Yeah. When officers arrived at the scene of the emergency, they found a life-size stuffed Santa Claus. So basically,
Yeah.
what it is, every year there's a thing called the Running of the Santas
Oh, okay.
through Medway, and it's where a load of guys get dressed up like Santa and run like a half marathon or something.
A proper British tradition.
Yeah, you know, one of those stupid British things that we do. And to advertise it this year, they'd hung this Santa on the side of Rochester Castle. And I guess I don't think they meant it to look like he's hanging from the neck.
But
I
it
think they were
does.
supposed to like make him look like he's climbing up the side of the castle. He's scaling the castle to get, because that's the start point, is from the castle grounds.
Oh, right. I
So
see.
they've put it up there to make it look like, you know, he's just really eager.
But he's hanging face outwards.
But yeah, they put him hanging face outwards, and it does from the picture on the Kent Messenger website, kentonline.co.uk. It does look like he's hanging from the neck.
Yeah, he's got no climbing gear or anything.
No,
Like,
yeah, he's got
that
no
would be a big giveaway.
crampons.
No crampons, no backpack. You know, it's just you hang an effigy out of a window.
Yeah,
It looks like
it looks a bit.
somebody's hanging.
Yeah, and it's life size, and it's halfway up a castle, which is quite a tall castle as well.
I mean, genuinely, if you wanted it to look like he was climbing, you'd go through some effort and you'd put him in a climbing position. It looks like they've literally taken him to the top of the castle,
Chucked him
tied a rope onto him, and then onto the castle, and just thrown him over the edge.
Yeah, basically.
And that's how they've hung him.
But the council haven't told them that they have to take it down. They've just told him that they've got to put this banner up about the fun run.
Just
So they
right
put a
under
little
him.
banner up underneath where he's hanging in one of the window parts of the castle.
That's amazing.
But yeah, I went down there on Friday night, past the castle. Me and Joe went out for drinks and a slap-up meal.
Oh,
Nice new curry house in
really?
Rochester High Street. Actually, yeah, very nice. Because we went out because she's got a raise at work. She's you know, so I
congratulations,
thought that I would take her out for a meal. And yeah, we passed
Hey,
by, and it does
she
look.
got the raise.
I know, yeah.
Why are you taking her out? She got the
Because
raise.
it's a celebration. It's nice.
I know.
I'm being nice.
It's nice.
It's nice. But yeah, so yeah, you walk past, it does look like a guy hanging. It really does, especially in the night time when
Yeah,
you
it's just
can't
like,
see it properly.
oh my god. Oh no, I read about that on the internet.
So yeah, but yeah, it's basically all to do with this fun run thing that they do. The spokesman Ray Toms was saying because all the Santas in the fun run are going to congregate outside the castle, we thought it would be fun to make it look like one Santa had really gone for it and headed to the castle keep. It looks like he's hanging from his neck, but actually he's hanging there by his hand.
Yeah, you can see one arm is raised
Yeah,
above. But Christmas is definitely round the corner.
It is, yeah.
The
When
Coca-Cola
Santas
adverts
are hanging from.
from Rochester Castle.
Oh, yeah, because hasn't Lily Allen covered another song, and that will be the only song she'll have for like 5 years until she covers another song and makes a ton of money off
What
it.
one was it? It's like Somewhere Only We Go, isn't it?
That's
It's,
right, yeah, the Keen song.
it's good.
Because beforehand,
She's
it
got a
was-
nice voice, especially for acoustic
yeah,
stuff.
but
you know,
has she had an album out?
she doesn't need to.
No, because she covers other people's songs once every 5 years. It was the Zootons with Valerie a couple
she
of
do
years
Valerie?
back. Was it Valerie?
No, that was Amy Winehouse.
Oh yeah, that's right. No, she did.
She's done a couple of covers. I think.
Yeah.
I don't know what one it is.
Oh well,
But yeah, the Keen one, it's all right. But no, isn't that for the John Lewis advert?
I think so.
Which
yeah.
is I had it ready for the other week, last week or something. The story that the John Lewis advert is very reminiscent of a actual children's Christmas book.
Oh really?
Yeah,
I don't
it's
think I've
about
seen it yet.
because obviously bears. And was it? It's the bear that never saw Christmas or something like that. Is the actual story, like the children's book. Because bears hibernate, so they never get to see Christmas. So obviously, his friend a rabbit,
Right.
in the book, wakes him up on Christmas Day, and the bear, experiences Christmas Day, and it's really nice. And the bear opens his present, and it's a nice blanket to help him get back to sleep.
Right.
The John Lewis advert is a bear goes and hibernates in his cave, and a rabbit goes and puts a present next to him.
Right.
And then they're all around the Christmas tree opening presents, and then the bear turns up and he holds up his present from the rabbit, which was a alarm clock.
Oh yeah.
It's like,
So it's like it's.
but John Lewis didn't rip off
No, of
the
course.
book. That's what they say.
Mm.
And it cost £7 million.
What? An advert.
That's what I read. Like, there's films that cost a lot less than that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like £7 million. I don't know if it cost that to make it or that's the advertising budget included as well.
I don't know.
It's ridiculous.
That is a bit crazy, isn't it?
But yeah, there was that thing like John Lewis says, "Oh no, we're not copying it because the rabbit helps the bear wake up, whereas in the book the rabbit helps the bear go back to bed." So we're not copying it. It's totally different.
Yeah, it's completely different.
It's nice.
They could have at least changed the fucking rabbit as, make him something else.
Yeah, I mean bears and rabbits not known for getting on.
No, but also,
I don't think-
if the bear and the rabbit are in the book, couldn't they have made it?
Well, they could have made it any animal.
something
They could have
else
made it
that
a
hibernates.
squirrel and a
Yeah.
fucking.
Yeah, squirrels hibernate.
Don't rabbits.
Don't know.
There's a ignorance.
I'm not
for you.
sure.
I'm sure they should.
I-
I don't know. Anyway, yeah. So fucking, I don't know.
Me neither.
No.
No.
Talking about animals hibernating, spiders.
Oh, I don't. No, have you seen those pictures of the Australian?
I tagged you.
Yeah. Oh, of course.
I
yeah,
tagged you in it. Yeah, it was
wasn't
Pete,
Ooh.
wasn't it? Put it up on Facebook
Yes,
about
right, yeah.
a river flooding. So all the spiders that kind of lived around the area like flocked to a farm
Yeah.
or something,
Yeah,
and there's
and
just
just-
like fields of plants just covered in spider
Yeah,
webs.
it looks like snow, doesn't it? But
Yeah.
actually, when the
or ground
pictures
fog or
get,
something.
like,
You zoom in,
close
it's just
up-
like spiders, and it goes for acres.
Oh, it's just that would be my worst nightmare. Like seriously, like napalm, the whole thing. I wouldn't care if that patch of land was my livelihood.
Yeah.
I'd be out there with flamethrowers and tanks.
Tanks just running over them.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, that was. I thought you'd like that.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
included
that was-
Sean as well.
Yeah, yeah, because he's got a bit of a
Well,
spider thing as well.
Yeah, but he's got the spider. I think it seems to me that he's got the spider kind of. he's got the phobia and the fetish. Like, because he's scared of it, he seeks out stories.
Yeah,
because he includes us in the stories, and then he sent a picture and a story around about the Black Widow he found in his mailbox.
That's true.
So it's like he seems to have a fetish as well, where he can't help.
See, I go out of my way to not have any kind of dealings with spiders at all.
Yeah, so our friend James, he's absolutely terrified of clowns.
Yeah.
And his favourite horror film is It, and he watches it regularly and he reads it because, although his justification for that is very good, because he says, well, it's the only horror film that genuinely scares me.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, if I want to watch a horror film, why wouldn't I watch one that scares me?
Yeah, that's true. Because generally speaking, horror films aren't really that horrific, are they?
No, they're more thrillers these days,
yeah,
aren't they?
yeah.
I mean, you get the occasional, like, Ring, not The Ring. You get Ring.
Ringu.
Ringu. You got The Grudge, with the Japanese version.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking, anything with kids.
Yeah, Dark Water.
Mm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
J-horror.
Let's not scare ourselves again. So.
Yes. So we were talking last week about your thing with the
did you
Windows
not, when
tech
listening
support.
back to that episode, did you not think we sounded like 12-year-olds who'd learned a new swear word?
Yeah, a little
It was
bit,
quite shameful, isn't it? But it was
yeah.
so much fun.
But I think we've used up 2 years worth of use of that particular word. I don't think we should use it again for a while.
I don't generally say it a lot anyway.
No, me neither. And we did limit ourselves as well when we started this. Like, I would use it once every couple of episodes, maybe. And we've been good. We have stopped, but
we haven't said it for so long that we just used up our
yeah,
quota.
Yeah,
in one
and
go.
also these people were being that word.
Yes, they were.
And it was a week of that, wasn't it, for you? I think
That week. Well, it's just those 2 days, I think.
But yeah, there are people out there who troll those tech spammers.
Yes.
I don't know whether you read through this. This was given to us by.
It was amazing. I didn't read through all of it because it was long.
Yeah,
and
it
was
is
on my
quite
way
a
to
long
work.
thing. And generally speaking, I mean, if you didn't listen to last week's episode, Ant got called by a company from India who claimed to be Windows tech support.
It was Windows support.
Yeah.
That time I had Microsoft support before.
And claiming that your computer had a virus or was sending them a virus or something.
Yeah, they never actually got all of the words out because I knew what they were going to say because I've had it before. I'm going to try this though.
It seems to be
Next
that
time.
this is a very common occurrence. I'd never heard of it before.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
and I don't know whether it's because I don't generally seek out a lot of software and stuff like that.
Maybe,
I'm not big
it
on,
might be.
But essentially, there was a guy calling himself Ted, managed to keep one of these guys on the phone for nearly 2 hours.
Yes.
He dragged out the call by pretending to connect his Windows 95 and Windows Vista computers to CompuServe via dial-up internet by providing an expired credit card number and providing absurd answers to basic questions.
Yeah, like Windows 95, I don't think anyone uses that anymore. CompuServe, not around anymore.
No.
So it's like...
He spent much of the call pretending to struggle to connect to the internet, and he's I don't know whether there's a recording of this on the internet. I didn't.
It's what it is people do record the calls and upload them. I think there's a website. I don't know if it shows. There's people posting them to websites, but he uploaded. I think he recorded the last 45 minutes of the call and posted it on SoundCloud. Which is you know what SoundCloud is?
Yes. Yeah.
It's like the music sharing.
Yeah, that's
sharing
right,
audio files basically. But yeah, he got. If you read all of it, it says he got the last 45 minutes and uploaded it to SoundCloud.
Ah, right. But yeah, he's basically saying stuff like, I've just got to get my. I'm connecting to my CompuServe. For some reason, it's not connecting to my CompuServe account. Let me try my AOL account, which again.
I don't think anyone uses AOL to access the internet anymore.
No. But yeah, so at the very end, this Ted guy says, so I'm connected to CompuServe. What now? What do you need me to do? The scammer says, I need you to open the website, www. And he says, hold on, www.dot. No, it's not DOT. It's www.fullstop. www.fullstop. Yep. Sir, it's not like that. It's not like that. Sir, how do you open up any website, sir? www.google.com, www.yahoo.com. Yes. Oh, I see what you're saying. I was confused. Sorry. So what site do I open? You want me to go to fullstop.com? Sorry. You said you want to go to fullstop.com, right? No, sir. www.ammyy.com. It's just like...
That's amazing. www.dot.
And then there's a bit. The scammer goes, "Can you confirm your date of birth, please?" "Oh yes." "Will you confirm it, please?" "Did you give it to me? What is it? What what do you have?" "No, you need to tell me your date of birth." "Okay. Oh, you want my date of birth right now? It's June." "June? Yes." "Okay, like June 12th, June 10th. When is it, sir?" "Oh yes, June 12th." "Can you confirm me the year?" 1950. It's just, it's ridiculous. This whole
this
thing,
is amazing.
this bit here.
Yeah.
Suddenly Ted is claiming to be hot and tense and says, "I need to take off my pants. It's way too hot." Next, he tells the scammer to address him less formally. "You don't have to keep calling me sir," Ted said. "I mean, we've been on the phone at least an hour and 50 minutes together. My friends call me Cinnamon. If you want to call me Cinnamon, that's fine." And then the scammer actually does.
So he's like a sex line, like he's trying to get into sex talk with him. It's amazing.
It's brilliant. It's so good. I wish I'd looked out the SoundCloud recording, actually.
That last paragraph is brilliant.
Oh, I missed that.
Oh. But basically it ends up, I think that's... Oh, you're getting it. I was going to say, the scammer says it's like $750 or something. And Ted says, "Add $50 to the end for yourself because we've been on the phone for 2." And then he says, at the end, "Thank you for your time. Thank you for staying on the phone for 2 hours, you dumb motherfucker," and hangs up. Or something like that. It's brilliant.
Yeah, it's great. That's a really good read. So I'll post that up on the website and the Facebook and all that. I think.
Yeah, we'll post a link to the story. Like I haven't got the patience to do that.
No, I'm
really
not one of
haven't.
those people who can spend 2 hours talking to someone who's trying to steal money from me.
No, like it's stupid because I mean it's costing them money the phone call, but it's like 2 hours of your day just to do that. It's ridiculous. I could not at all. Nah,
crazy. But massive, weird entertainment type news this week. The brother of the comedian Andy Kaufman was at some like big ceremony or some sort of after dinner speech type thing.
Wasn't it for Andy? Are we saying Kaufman or Kaufman?
Kaufman, I say.
I've heard Kaufman somewhere.
No, maybe it's Kaufman. I don't know.
Yeah.
I was trying to think of the REM song.
Yeah. And they only say Andy, I think.
Yeah.
But wasn't it some celebration of his work or something? Can't fucking...
If I could find the actual bit in the fucking article.
Where
they
it
just
says
say
about
it right at the beginning.
An award show named in Andy's honour.
Yeah.
So it is in his honour, but it was a separate award show, right?
So his brother went up and made this speech. And essentially what happened is he said he'd received a letter from Andy. Obviously, Andy died back in 1984 from lung cancer.
Yeah.
And he was quite well known for doing really kind of avant-garde stand-up that bordered on performance art, really.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes he wouldn't turn up at all. Sometimes he would just sit there and not actually say anything.
Yeah.
For ages as well. And that would
surrealist.
be it. Yeah, just a bit strange. So this sounds like some sort of thing that he might have done, this many years after, or if there is ever...
It's a long time to pull a prank. 20 years now.
Yeah, 20 years is a long time for a prank, especially when, like, maybe you aren't quite so current.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, nobody's going to know. Everyone's going to go, oh, okay.
But he read out this letter from his brother confirming he was still alive in 1999.
Yeah.
Again, that's a long time ago now, too.
Yeah.
And then there was a woman came on stage with him who claimed to be Andy's 24-year-old daughter. Now, if you think 24 years old would be 1990... No. Would be 1989? Yeah,
this
1989.
1999, she was 24.
No. This year, the letter claims it was from Andy in 1999.
Oh, I see.
But a woman came on stage saying...
The way I read that is that he read it in 1999.
It says here that her age would mean she was born 5 years after his death.
So 4 years after us, isn't it? So,
yeah.
Sorry, that's where I was.
And apparently,
confused.
she was claiming he just wanted to be a stay-at-home dad, and that's why he wanted to leave showbiz, and that's why he faked his death. He's pretty much a great dad and raised us. My mum has her own business. He helps her with that kind of thing, paperwork and stuff, so he can work from home, and he doesn't have he doesn't have to be hiding out or concealing himself. He just makes food and takes care of the house.
Kind of makes sense, doesn't it, that he would fake his death if he just wanted to? Because he was very famous, wasn't he?
Yeah, and I think he had. He was one of those ones.
We said 20 years. It's 30.
Yeah. Good point.
That's why the maths wasn't adding up in my head.
Was he one of the ones who kind of struggled with fame as well?
Possibly.
Because I've not seen Man on the Moon. I've not read a lot about Andy Kaufman's personal life.
Yeah.
But yeah, she then claimed, however, that it's been claimed that this woman might have been an actress. That the brother kind of hired to play this part. On. Yeah, like as if this letter might actually be real from Andy Kaufman, and it's a thing that it's a big hoax that Andy Kaufman is playing on people from beyond the grave. But yeah, they're saying that like Michael Kaufman, his brother, they reckon that his reaction to this letter that he was reading and this girl coming on stage was like so real that it couldn't possibly be him performing. Like he wasn't in on it. Like,
he believed it.
Even the brother wasn't in on it. He actually truly believes that his brother Andy Kaufman is alive. They said that obviously there's a bit of a. It's just a bit fucking strange, isn't it? Like, I mean, it's one of those things that like it's possible that Andy Kaufman might have done because he was into all this slightly eccentric kind of performance art and strange pranks that he used to play on his audiences and stuff.
It could be that he's dead, but he set up this prank to say like, oh, in like 30 years, I want you to send this letter. Must be sent to my brother. And all the rest of it. I don't know. Or he's asked his brother to carry out the prank. But like you say, his reactions were genuine.
Yeah.
But
this was posted on the 14th, so that was what, Thursday or Friday? Thursday was the 14th, wasn't it? The BBC News today. Oh no, the 15th. It was the day after. Oh, okay. Sorry.
You found it today.
Now Michael Kaufman is saying that he believes he's the victim of a hoax to trick him into believing his comedian brother was still alive. So he now thinks that someone else is hoaxing him.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like he said all this stuff and then he's like, oh, actually, like maybe
someone was playing a prank on me.
And it's pretty like
that's dark.
Pretty dark. He's denied hiring the actress to play the 24-year-old daughter of Andy Kaufman, daughter in quotation marks.
Yeah.
And he thinks that he's part of the hoax, but he's not in on it. He said that he doesn't believe that she's acting on her own. He thinks that she might have set this up, but she's also part of. Like,
so I mean, it could still be Andy Kaufman.
It could. I mean, this is the thing. I think we're going to get a lot of conspiracy theory out of this. I mean, it will go along with the whole Elvis isn't dead thing and the Kennedy assassination might not have happened. And it's like, you at some point you've got to draw a line under conspiracy theories. But this one, it's intriguing because it's so like Andy Kaufman from the sounds of it.
But
that it could well be, but if it's not, then it's
could just
really
be
fucked
a
up.
diehard fan who can play a prank like he could. That's just messed up. And like you pointed out before, a very good point is like if it is a hoax and if he is really alive, how many people are going to care?
This is it. It's
like obviously we weren't. He died a year before we were born, so it's like he had no sort of impact on us growing up.
No.
So for us, it's going to be like. For anyone that's like, I don't know,
under the age of 30?
Under the age of 30, it's not going to matter to anyone.
I mean, I've watched Taxi in the past as well. and
I've seen it, but to me, they like when I was a lot younger, but they were just actors on telly. None of them had any sort of major impact on them.
I didn't know who Andy Kaufman was other than the guy who played the weird, was it Leica or something like that he played? It's just a weird one.
Yeah.
because it sounds like something that he would have done, like I said, but at the same time, to not have his brother in on it, you would imagine that he would have his brother in on it. So
it's more convincing if his brother isn't in on it. That's the thing.
Yeah.
So it could still be an Andy Kaufman prank, but
I mean, his last girlfriend, Lynn Margills, she's 56 now, and she's told TMZ. It doesn't have the same ring, does it?
No.
That she actually saw him die. She was in the hospital room. She was there. They'd have had to literally have switched the bodies. Like, she did see him die. Like, there's no possible way.
She sat there when he took his last breath.
Yeah. She believes that the woman claiming to be his daughter was just pulling an Andy and trying to perpetuate the myth that he's still alive.
Pulling an Andy.
Yeah, it's a little bit.
Maybe that's in the family. It's an actual thing you can do.
Maybe that's a thing. Yeah.
But yeah. I mean, that was the point I made when we spoke about it earlier. It's kind of like if you were at his funeral and if he had an open casket and you saw his body, you can't really deny that he's dead.
No.
But who knows?
It's just weird, man. But I reckon you'll get a fair few conspiracy theories out of this because I wasn't aware of an Andy Kaufman conspiracy before.
No,
I don't think he's one of those people like Elvis.
No.
Where people are like, oh, he's not dead. He's just like, or Tupac.
Yeah,
Tupac is the weird one because they keep releasing songs by him that were, original recordings that were just demos or whatever. But
that's
there's supposed to be a big conspiracy because one of my mates at school, Luke Westbrook, he was big into his hip hop. Yeah. And he always used to tell me, he used to school me on hip hop myth.
Oh, okay.
And like he was saying, there are things that Tupac kind of talked about in his songs that hadn't happened by the time he died. Like he references things.
It's easy to
and stuff. But I think if the producer is in control.
The thing is, with all conspiracies and things like that, you will find whatever you're looking for.
Yeah. Oh, of course.
If you're looking for him to talk, talk about stuff that happened
like
after
the
his
World
death,
Trade Center,
you're
or
going
like
to find it.
Yeah.
If it was the World Trade Center, he might not have said, "Oh, when the World Trade Center went down." He might have said, "When the World Trade Center goes down."
Yeah.
Exactly. Like a financial problem or something like that, because it was a financial district, wasn't it? Like
that's right.
And people are going to go, "Oh, see what he did there." He said about that. It's like, no, he didn't. That's just he didn't say that.
No,
that's not in any of his songs at all.
No,
I don't imagine, but it was just an example we came
I'm not
up
a Tupac fan.
Off the top of our head, we don't know anything.
But like this whole Andy Kaufman thing, it just caught my imagination a little bit.
Yeah,
really,
I mean, it'd be interesting to follow, but
yeah, I will keep following it because it's still kind of coming to the surface. I think I know it's like 2 days after this has happened now, but
I reckon it's gonna blow over in a week or so.
Yeah,
people are going to forget about it.
Yeah, I think it's probably just some weird thing that, like you say, like an Uber fan has done. This woman might be a massive fan of Andy Kaufman,
and she
just decided, oh, do you know what? No one talks about him anymore, but I'm a massive fan, so I'm going to just perpetuate this myth.
Yeah,
that pull an Andy.
So you mentioned you're going to keep following that. Something else you used to follow.
Oh,
we've got Tulisa news.
Bloody hell! It's been a few months now since we had any Tulisa Contostavlos news.
Unfortunately, it's not very interesting, and it's not about her.
This is why I stopped following her.
For those of you that started listening after this, there's our version of Miley Cyrus because we can't use Amanda Bynes anymore because she's schizophrenic. Sorry.
Or Lindsay Lohan because she's straightening
herself out. So we were looking, or Tom was looking for another one. There's
I was looking for basically
an English rapper.
If you want,
yeah. She's in a pop. She was in a pop group called N-Dubs.
Yeah, they were great.
Yeah, no, she was a singer, wasn't she? She wasn't the rapper at all.
She was to them like Fergie was to the Black Eyed Peas.
Yes, yeah, well done, very good. So yeah, she's
I'm ghetto.
She painfully white, as Merchurch like to call us. Yeah. So yeah, she's actually got some good news to celebrate.
Really?
Unfortunately.
No.
Website TNT was forced to pay out £42,500 to the N-Dub singer after they broke an injunction banning the X-rated footage from being published. That's from
this is her
blowjob tape.
Blowjob tape.
It's not a sex tape.
It's not.
She's not having sex.
You don't even really see it.
She's very poorly giving him a blowjob,
Yeah.
whoever he was.
Yeah.
But
We
yeah,
don't know or care.
So while the publisher took down the pictures, as soon as they realised there was an injunction in place, the post had already received over 9,000 hits. So for like seconds, they posted these pictures that they weren't supposed to because she's won a case to get them banned from the internet, I imagine.
Wasn't this years ago, though? This
was last
happened-
year.
Was it only last
I think
year?
it was last year or the year before. But
Oh, yeah,
video
yeah.
is out there.
Yeah, the video's there. It's on any sort of website.
I assume this is the same.
Unless it's a
episode.
new one.
It doesn't say about. No, it's last year. Yeah, Tulisa won an official apology from ex-boyfriend Justin Edwards for leaking the tape in a court last July.
An apology.
Yeah, sorry.
Sorry, I did that.
But yeah, so it's like, so it was that the settlement Tulisa brought about, privacy proceedings Tulisa brought about in March last year. So March last year, she got the injunction, the injunction for the tape, but it's still out there.
Yeah.
If you really look for it, you can find it.
You don't even have to look that hard.
You don't want to look for it.
No, it's rubbish.
I've not watched any of it, and I've heard you don't want to watch it. But yeah, so she's won £42,500.
What, for someone
dick on camera
posting,
for £42,500.
I think I would as well. Bloody hell. Shall we do it now?
No.
Oh, no, let's not.
Not yours. That would just be weird.
That would be a bit strange. I bet we get some hits on that episode, though.
Probably. Let's get that YouTube money as well.
Yeah. Give us a thumbs up.
So, there's this girl. I briefly went over this one, but do you remember that story a little while ago about the Red Lobster waitress, the black Red Lobster waitress? I think SFJ spoke about it.
Yeah, the one who had the
nun N-word.
Yeah.
On like tip nun N-word.
Nun N-word.
But it turns out it was fake. Like
Yeah.
I think they had handwriting experts and they said, yeah, the N-word is in completely different writing to the nun. I know saying the N-word makes you think of the N-word, but I'm not going to say it.
Me neither.
We said a lot of bad words last week.
Yeah.
But yeah, so she and then people went on fundanything.com and raised £10,000 for her.
That's right.
Like this waitress.
Yeah.
So she got a $10,000 tip.
Yeah.
And I think this might be a customer refuses to tip lesbian waitress, leaves a note on receipt.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah,
all the
so,
copycats are
yeah,
coming
here we
out
go.
now.
So yeah, apparently was that Dana Morales, a former Marine and now a waitress, was understandably furious about after a customer reportedly refused to tip her on a $93 bill. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Because she's a lesbian. Like the note said, I'm sorry, but I cannot tip because I don't agree with your lifestyle. Like,
unfortunately, you can kind of believe that as well, though, from the kind of right wing America.
It is possible. Unfortunately, my doubts here are: have you ever been in a restaurant?
Mm-hmm. Yes, I have.
Really? Excellent. Like, you could go into a restaurant and you could be served by a man, a very camp man, and you could go, "Oh, he's gay," which isn't necessarily true because I've known a few very, very camp people who are straight.
Yeah.
Have you ever been in a waitress?
No, I haven't. I've never been in a waitress.
You've never had a waitress for a girl. Oh.
That I don't go to those type of restaurants.
Really? Okay.
No.
So have you ever been to a normal restaurant then, let's say?
Yes.
And been served by a waitress and thought, oh, she's a lesbian?
No.
You can't really point out.
No. We had a teacher.
How could this customer possibly know?
No, it's ridiculous, isn't it? I mean, we had a teacher in school who had short, spiky hair.
Yeah, I had a teacher.
And,
like that
the jokes were made, not by myself, because I'm not one of those people, but
I'm not
a basher of the
or a word that we said a lot last week.
Yeah, I'm not one of them either. All the time. And yeah, just because someone's got short spiky hair doesn't make them a lesbian.
No. Exactly.
It's ridiculous. You can't tell just by looking at someone.
No, so it's Is it just that the
I
guy
wonder-
got lucky and he found a
Yeah.
lesbian waitress and then just put that on there because he assumed she was?
Yeah, I wonder whether you'll get a spate of these copycats now. Yeah, whether
receipts,
you'll go through all the stereotypes as well. You'll get, obviously we've had the black one, we've had the lesbian one now.
You got to have a Mexican one.
We'll have a
you
gay
got-
one. We'll have the Hispanic slur.
Yeah.
There'll be a Polack slur
Yeah.
perhaps.
It's just
there'll be people because someone sued and has done this fund anything thing.
yeah. She got
They've
10,000.
made some money out of it.
She just received a check for $10,000. It's like what? That's bad.
Yeah, it is really.
And I think-
don't understand why these people would do a fund anything for this waitress either.
Because they felt bad for her and they don't agree with racism. And
But
she should have
also,
got a
it's
tip.
been found out that it wasn't that person who did it. Like, yes,
Yeah.
it's a bad thing to put it on there, but what's saying that she didn't?
That's the whole point. I
Yeah.
think she probably did. And I
Yeah.
think this
And then
lesbian
she
waitress
gets
probably
fucking
did the same
money
thing.
for it
But
as
are we
well.
allowed to say the lesbian waitress did it? Does that make us homophobes?
Yeah,
Because
what
we're
I
accusing
just said. Am I now a racist? Because
Yeah.
I've insinuated that she might, well, flat out said
Yes,
that she
exactly.
might have done it. I did say might.
Yeah. But it is just, yeah, is that a copycat? I read that and I was just like, that sounds very much like she's
Someone looking for some
copying.
money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like I say, SFJ done the whole thing on the Sweet Feathery Jesus podcast.
Yeah, that's
You know,
true.
They did
yeah.
they spoke about the black lady,
Yeah.
the waitress who
Yeah.
got the $10,000. It's just like,
It's not needed. Like,
No.
it's just.
that's a good note to
Don't
go out
like
on,
it.
isn't it?
Yeah. Could have left with
Yeah.
Tulisa. But,
Well, actually, let's go out on a good note. And our podcast is called Anywhere But Here because sometimes we hear stuff that makes us go, really? Fucking on this planet?
I would really rather
Something
be
that
anywhere
makes
else.
us proud to be on this planet and
All
kind of wanting to live in San Diego.
What's that?
Bat Kid.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
that was
Isn't it
San
San
Diego?
Francisco?
Oh, I thought it was
I
San Diego.
oh,
Might be Francisco.
no.
I might have got it wrong.
Yeah. Let's talk about that.
Yeah, so it was this little kid called Miles. I was meant to read up on it. Was it leukemia? It's cancer.
He is,
isn't it?
yeah. He's got terminal
Leukemia or cancer.
Yeah, cancer.
But he's fun.
He's gone to make a wish. His
Make a
family have
Wish,
gone to
that's
make
what I
a
was
wish. The
thinking
Make a Wish
foundation.
Foundation. And basically, they've got it set up for him that the whole city is in on it.
His wish was, I want to be Batman for a
Basically,
day.
yeah. And the Make a Wish Foundation have managed to get the police department of
said town.
in on it, so that they pick him up in the morning in a Batmobile.
Yes, with Batman.
Yeah. Well, they give him a suit as well. To
Yeah,
dress
so
up as
Batman. I think Batman turns up and said, I need your help to
Yeah.
catch. Was
To
it the
catch-
Riddler and
Yeah.
Penguin?
And that's it. And they've set up the whole city basically with clues that will eventually get him to fight the Riddler and Penguin and bring them to justice.
And he saved a damsel in distress as well.
Yes,
It was
yeah.
a Lamborghini as well with bat
It's
stickers
ridiculous,
on it.
isn't it? Yeah.
But yeah, it was. I think the first one there was a damsel strapped to a radioactive Riddler bomb on some tram lines. Tram lines.
Yeah, San Francisco.
San Francisco. Then, yeah, well done. So yeah, she was strapped. So he went and saved her, and then it was just amazing. And you
It's
you
nice,
could have followed it all on Twitter yesterday.
Yeah. I think they've been filming parts of it as well, weren't they?
Yeah, I think the news crew were filming it, and
Yeah.
there probably will be a video up somewhere.
Yeah, I'm
but I
sure
just thought
there'll
it was
be-
amazing. I've got my Batman belt buckle on.
to support in support of Bat-Kid. Yeah.
It's just brilliant, like this kind of thing.
And I think a lot of volunteers went along to kind of be cheering crowds and
there
stuff,
was a
didn't they?
massive amount of people
Yeah.
on the sides of the roads. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was just
It's just really nice to see that many people kind of banding together
very
to
heartwarming.
kind of to provide, such a brilliant kind of experience and memory for this kid and his family.
Yeah.
Like they're always going to be grateful for.
It was a whole city, shut down, like downtown area. Like,
yeah. No, it's awesome.
It's
And,
brilliant. I think, to grant dying kid like a wish like that is just fantastic. And props to him for having that fucking wish.
Yeah.
I want to be Batman. Fucking
Yeah.
that's amazing. Like every kid, what do you want to do? What is your one dream? I want to be Batman.
And
And
you
then
get
they
to-
went done.
done it. You get to live it out.
Yeah, I just thought that was just really nice story.
Yeah. And again, like we say, there'll be pictures and videos of this up on the internet
On the web
somewhere.
Yeah, we'll post links and shit if we can find any.
Yeah. We'll put them
There was
all
a
in the
link
show
to like
notes.
Twitter feed on our Twitter. There is a link. Or no, it's on our Facebook. So We'll post that link instead.
Yeah. And you can join in. But that is, yeah, like you say, there's a lot of bad shit that's going on in the world. So for a group of people, a whole city, to get involved to just bring joy to this one child, is commendable, I think, and it deserves more airtime than it probably will receive, because it probably won't, because people don't put nice news stories on the news.
No.
But yeah, so that's a really nice.
That's a nice one to go out, I think.
And thank you to everyone who's contributed to the show this week. Chris Osborne and Scott from Stinking Paws, and I think that's actually it. Like my 2 stories were from those guys.
Yeah, they're the ones they posted on Facebook.
But also thank you to everyone who's been commenting and sharing stuff with us. And it just kind of makes it a bit nicer, doesn't it? Because at the moment, I've got to apologise again about my sleep-deprived state.
Fine. It's fine. You used to do this at the beginning of the podcast. Like you used to do this in the early days.
This is true. We've gone, because we don't have the ABCs anymore. It's just I don't know what to do.
How do we end?
Yeah, how do we end?
Right. Okay. Yeah. So
let's just end.
Submit stories to our Facebook.
Yes.
Go on our page. Submit stuff on our Facebook, because that's cool. Submit stuff on Twitter. Go abhpod@gmail.com if you've got long form stuff or anonymous stuff you want to submit.
Yep.
Just do it.
Yeah.
Share stuff about.
Come and talk to us. And also,
subscribe, rate, and comment on iTunes.
Yeah, and tell us if you want to kind of hang out with us on Google on the 52nd episode. Which
we will work out the date and we'll tell you next week.
We'll put the date up. But yeah, for now it's just like it's an idea. It's out there in the ether.
Yeah. Would you prefer like Google Hangouts? And you don't necessarily have to join us on webcam. You can just join us and have like a web page up with your logo or something if you've got a podcast, or a picture of yourself.
Yeah, and we'll try.
Because when it switches to you, it will show that picture.
Yeah, and we'll try and do it at a time where, if you are in America listening to this and you want to kind of come and be part of it, then we will try and do it in the evening over here.
Yeah, we'll get a time and a date set up.
Yeah,
for it.
And then people won't be at work in the UK as well.
Yes,
it'll be a communal thing. So
good stuff.
That's out there, so that's in your hands. If you want to be involved in the 52nd show, let us know.
Yeah, let us know at abhpod@gmail.com, because I think we need to invite you to the hangout, so we don't just get loads of random people.
Yeah, good idea.
We can invite people to join in.
Cool.
But anyone can watch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We want it to be truly interactive and actually give something back, get you on.
Yes.
If you want.
So,
if not, we've got to really come up with something else.
Yes. Yeah, we keep pushing it because that's all we got.
Yeah. So for Anywhere But Here this week, I've been Tom.
I've been Ant.
Bye.
Cheerio.